MJZ Comics, and we are back with Speculation Sunday.
Let's start the show. Before we get started, make sure you give this video a like, hit the subscribe button, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos.
So in this video, we have 3 new books that came out on the 21st of December. We're going to go over them with you, tell you why we picked them up, and again, the purpose of these videos, it's Speculation Sunday. We are showing you the books that MJZ Comics picks up on a weekly basis that we kind of are speculating on. I shouldn't say kind of, we are speculating on them. So what we're going to do is we bag and board them, put them away in a long box, and we keep them in our storage area.
First book we have here is Catwoman number 50. Kind of a cool pink cover. This is the first appearance of a character, Dario Tommaso, as Tomcat.
Cool looking book. Everybody loves Catwoman. Striking colors. Part of the Batman legend is Catwoman. First appearance. Good book to spec on.
If anything, just get it because it's a great looking cover.
Yep.
And you can't go wrong with the first appearance.
And, you know, for those of you, we've mentioned this before, but how do we find out which of the new books are going to have first appearances? Well, 2 things we use are the preview catalogs that you can usually pick up at your local comic book store, and they go in pretty depth into the future on which books are coming out and if they have first appearances. And then the other thing we like to use, Matt, is the Key Collector app.
Oh yeah.
That's a great device for all collectors. If you don't have it, I highly recommend you look up in the App Store and download the Key Collector app. The next book we picked up this week is Batman Urban Legends number 22. Kind of a cool cover. This book, we are speccing on this. Again, another first appearance. It's the first appearance of the director, and this is a villain who I guess films crime scenes. I haven't read this one yet. Again, Batman story, first appearance of a villain, $4. Why not? I've wasted money on other things. Why not take a chance on these comic books? So Matt's got the last book from this week of December 21st that we will go over with you.
Next book here is Dawn of the DCU, 7 of 7. This is first appearance of a character known as Peace Wrecker. First cameo appearance of Peace Wrecker, and then the first cameo of 2 unidentified characters. And we'll use the Key Collector app. There actually is a little shot, a picture of them. We'll put that up on the video for you, but they haven't been identified as of yet.
So, cool looking cover. Dawn of the DCU. First appearances again. You see the pattern. That's what we're going for, is a pattern. First appearances in comic books of people that we think could hit.
This is another one of those special books where it's multiple appearances, so we love those books if you watch some of our previous videos.
And this, again, is a way that we use to fund our hobby. You know, we've hit on some of these books. We did this, I think we've talked about this before, but when the Young Avengers book came out, back then we were doing that. We bought a bunch of those. We bought the first Shuri as Black Panther, and I mean, this is years ago, but we've been doing this all along, and then, you know, we find out, oh, I've got 3 copies of this book in near mint condition in the box. Let's send it to grading, and we turn around and sell them. You know, you're looking at ways to potentially fund your hobby. This is probably the least expensive way to do it. Now, obviously, you do have to give these books time. Once in a while, you know, you'll get one that shoots up to 30 or 40 bucks instantly. But, you know, typically it's a waiting game. You got to wait to see which characters are used longer in the storylines, what the public likes, which storylines, if the MCU grabs one of these characters out of nowhere and starts using them. You know, a collaborative effort on Matt and my part to kind of figure out each week which books we're going to grab.
Yeah, and this strategy is probably best fitted for the beginner collector because you're only spending maybe 10, 15, or whatever you want for that week of new releases. You're paying cover price, so it's $3 or $4, maybe 5 or 10 if it's a variant. And these books have a great chance to go up in a year or two to, you know, $20, $50, $100. We've seen it before. We've done it lots of times. That's a great way to get your collecting kickstart with a little cash behind your book.
Strictly speculating, these aren't books we're buying because we like to read, you know, the Batman run or the Miles Morales run. These are the books we're doing our Speculation Sunday videos on that we are speculating on, and hopefully we'll make some money in the long run off of these books. Now, one other book that we're going to talk about in this video, again, at the end of these videos, if you've been watching them, we like to bring out 1 or 2 other books that aren't new releases, that we are speculating on. And some of these are already key books, but we see that there may be a lot of room for earning on these books. Or like the book we have today, I don't think a lot of people knew about this book. And what we have here is I picked up 2 copies of Spider-Man The Lost Years #1. Now, if you know what this book is, great, you're doing your homework. If you don't, this could be a key book down the line. So this book is related to the Hallows Eve character that you've seen come out. She appeared a couple weeks ago in Amazing Spider-Man 14, and they did about 20 different covers. They kind of went crazy with her. I think she has a big future in the comic books. Who is Hallows Eve? Hallows Eve is a villain. He originated from Scarlet Spider. She was Ben Reilly's girlfriend, Elizabeth Tyne. So that's where this book comes in. The Hallows Eve book that just came out a couple weeks ago caught everyone by storm, got everyone excited for this character. This book, believe it or not, was out in the 1990s. So this is an old book. The storyline here is this is the first appearance of Elizabeth Tyne, who is Ben Reilly, aka Scarlet Spider-Man's girlfriend. As the story in the Amazing Spider-Man 14 that just came out, she turns bad and she is Hallows Eve, which makes for a great storyline. I mean, you take the Scarlet Spider-Man's girlfriend and you turn her into the villain now. Great storyline, very compelling. In this book is her first appearance, not as Hallows Eve, obviously, because this is old, but this book could be something and it could heat up and become worth some money. So we picked up 2 copies of this. One is a newsstand and the other one is a direct edition. And you're looking at these, there is no barcode on the front. It's actually on the back of the book. And that's where you can see if it's direct edition or newsstand. Being from the 1990s, it makes this newsstand much more rare. This could be a big hitter if Hallows Eve keeps progressing and picking up steam. I think it's a good, very good speculation book. You can pick them up for, I got these between $10 and $20 off eBay. Now, I don't know if people are starting to catch on to this book because I've noticed that it is now on the Key Collector app. If you look up Hallows Eve on there.
Oh, the secret's out then, huh?
Yeah, this book is listed under Hallows Eve as key books, along with Amazing Spider-Man 14 that was just released. Let us know what you think about these books. If you have any questions, comments, hit us up. Please subscribe, help the channel to keep us continuing with what we're doing. MJZ out.